Hello, my most amazing art students. Today we're going to be drawing our very own Bat on Parade. And in order to do that, you need a Sharpie marker, and a piece of paper. And we will color it. You can use crayon or a pencil, or you can watercolor it. It's up to you how you want to do that. The very first thing we're going to do is come about a third of the way down. So this is half. It's interesting when you break a paper into thirds. So here's 1/3, another third, and the third third. It's kind of hard to see that, but I'm going to come about right here on my paper, and I'm going to draw an arched line, just like that. Okay? And I know that they have very wide heads. I really like the look of this bat on the cover, so I'm going to be using him as my inspiration. I love how he has his mouth open. It's so cute. So draw that part, and I know that it can be tricky to do this part of the hat, so we're going to simplify his hat. We're going to go out and take a diagonal line, and then when we come back to this side, we're going to connect it. So it's going to start wide and get skinny over here. Just like that. Okay? Then we're going to do 2 vertical lines. And this one, this is why it's difficult, because it's got to skip behind. So we're going to start here, invisible, draw, and then start drawing. So start here, invisible, draw, don't draw. Then we're going to connect the top of the hat with a little bit of an arched line. It's not straight across. It's okay if you guys do draw it, especially my younger artists. It's hard to get that arch in the line without it being very pronounced. Okay? So now we need to do his ears. He has pointy ears. So we're just going to come do one arched line and then come back in just like that. We're going to do the same on this side. Arch. Come back in. And he has insides of his ears. We're going to draw a little horizontal line and then connect that in there. Just like that. You can make them pointy on the inside or not. It's up to you. So now we're going to come down, and I'm going to put a dot right there. So I kind of know where I want my face to go to. I'm going to connect the bottom of this ear to that dot. Then I'm going to connect. I like to turn my paper around to make my lines easier to make. There we go. That's looking good. So now we need to draw his eyes. So a nice big circle eye on both sides, just like that. And we're going to fill in a pupil on both sides, just like that. We're going to do a V shape for his nose, and it's between his eyes, not underneath his eyes. So just like that. And a vertical line. Now we're going to make a smiley face right here. And then we're going to do a U shape to connect that smiley face. Yay! Now I thought it would be funny if we made the bat, instead of having lots of teeth, that we made him a vampire bat. So we're just going to give him 2 teeth, 2 little triangle teeth. And we're going to do a rainbow line for his tongue. Just like that. Now, he has a cape on that looks like bat wings, or it's his, you know what, it's not a cape, it's his wings, and he has his little hands holding this post right here. So in order to make his wings, they start about right here. We're going to make an arched line coming off both sides, just like that, and a vertical line right down the middle. Now, I'm going to make rainbow bumps, 3 rainbow bumps. Rainbow bump, rainbow bump, rainbow bump. Just like that. And then you can draw a line I'm going to do 3 rainbow bumps on this side too. Rainbow bump, rainbow bump, rainbow bump. There we go. And I'm going to we can do just vertical lines right there. Okay? And call him finished. So now, in order to color him, I'm going to use watercolor. I tried using marker, and it was a bit dark for me. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and use my watercolors just because I can get that lighter coloration that I really enjoy on my work. So I'm going to mix up the brown with a little bit of black here. Pick up some of this black and move it into here to get that brownish gray color that the bats are. Adding in some more. And then I'm going to paint over the middle of his ears because those are darker. And so we're going to fill that in with a darker color. Moving this around. This is kind of a big paintbrush for this job. I'm going to also paint over his nose area because we're going to paint that a little bit darker when we're done. There we go. It's pretty darn cute, huh? I love painting. It's one of my favorite things. There we go. And you can color with colored pencils or crayons. It's up to you. There we go. And I'm going to take a little bit more of the black and mix it with the brown for his nose to just make a really strong color for these ears and his nose. And it's curved at the top, so I'm going to curve that right there. Just like that. And his wings, I'm going to do black right here. It's like actually a gray color. There we go. You know, it'd be fun to do let's do this from this side. Bump, 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 and then paint all the way up. It's interesting how this paper is acting with the watercolor today. It's kind of resisting it. I just find it interesting. Like it has a sizing or something on the paper that's not wanting to soak up the water. So the hat. His hat is green, but I really like the red hats. So I'm going to go for a red hat. I think that'll be really bright. Oops, I just flicked red all over him. That's okay. It's kind of got a little bit of darkness from the black still on the paintbrush. I'm going to use a little bit of a paper towel to kind of... He definitely is a vampire bat. Look at that. He's been having himself a little treat. Okay. And because his tongue is pink, and I'm also going to soak up a little bit of that extra on his nose, I'm going to get a smaller brush, get this in there for his tongue. And take that. Get rid of the extra water. And you know what kind of fun is the artist Meliss Sweet that drew him kind of made rings around his eyes a little bit darker. But you can do that kind of dark and then go back with a paper towel and blot it off so it's not so dark. It doesn't show up so much, but it shows up enough so that you get that look. So there's that. Then we need to do inside his mouth, which is black, around his teeth, there we go. And I'm going to paint over some of those splatters that I did earlier. Cover those up a little bit. Bump, bump. Spread that out. Okay. And then on here, some of them have blue bottoms, some of them have green bottoms. I kind of like the look of both of those. I think I might just go with the blue and just paint this blue on the bottom because I think it'll be nice looking. I'm going to do the bumps again. Bump, bump. Get in those bumps. And then just finish painting that. There we go. So, this is our bat on parade. I think his hat is a little bit pink colored, and if you want to add a little bit more pigment into there, you can just go back in with less water and just do another layer of the red to darken that up and give it the look that you're wanting. That's why I like paint, because you can always add more layers to give more depth to the color. You think he's ready to play an instrument? He looks super excited for the parade. All right. There we go. There's our bat on parade. I hope you guys had fun creating with me. We will see you next week. I'm going to fix my dabs. That's the other thing. When you have too much water, you can blot it and then just use your brush to get rid of any marks that you don't like in the paint. Beautiful. Have a great day, guys.